Palestine! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more!
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. We are thousands, we are millions, we are all Palestinians. We are thousands, we are millions, we are all Palestinians. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. We are thousands, we are millions, we are all Palestinians. We are thousands, we are millions, we are all Palestinians. We are thousands, we are millions, we are all Palestinians. From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea!
1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 1, 2, 3, 4!
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terrorist state!
6, 7, 8! Israel is a terrorist state!
1, 2, 3, 4!
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8!
Israel is a terrorist state!
1, 2, 3, 4!
He made a vlog with his children to distract them on Eid from the Israeli attacks that were happening, and the next day he died. Said Odom, a 16-year-old child who was killed by an Israeli raid in his own village. Muhammad al-Kurd and Mona al-Kurd are literally fighting to stay in their home for the right to stay in their home. Who are they fighting against? The Israeli occupation forces and Israeli settlers who want to take over their homes illegally. It's important to put names to these people and humanize them. We have been hearing of the Palestine-Israel conflict, this media war, despite their connections. They cannot censor us because we are going to speak up for the Palestinians, okay? It is the responsibility of every capable human being to defend other people who are oppressed, okay? They can't do it themselves and they need our help. This protest is only the beginning. We will not let this wave crash until the Palestinians are free and not denied their basic rights, especially their basic right to exist. This wave will only crash once Palestine is liberated. Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine! Palestine will be free! Inshallah! Palestine! Palestine! Palestine!
Israeli apartheid! No! What do we want? Where do we want?
Now!
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Freedom!
When do we want it?
Now!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Until you climb in the skin and walk around it. Okay, many of you might be thinking, what does this have to do with the Palestinian protests? It means one thing, empathy, okay? Try to empathize with the children who sleep thinking that it might be their last sleep, okay? Try to empathize with the mothers who have to watch their children die, okay? Any mothers here? Okay, I see a lot of mothers here. Imagine, just try to imagine if you witnessed your children die in front of your eyes, you know, in your arms. You see the blood drain out of their face and their eyes closed. How would you feel? Okay? According to Human Rights Watch, Israel is committing humanitarian crimes against Palestine of apartheid and persecution. Okay? They're violating human rights laws left, right, and center. they continue to discriminate against Palestinian citizens in occupied Palestine in many areas, such as planning, budget allocation, and also political participation. They use excessive force when carrying out searches. Okay? These heartless people kill and injure little kids and go to sleep without a bother. Okay, they don't care. They torture, beat, and also deny medical help to people that they detain. Okay, they even go as far as persecuting children in court. I heard the story of this young Palestinian boy, okay? He was really young, 16, 17-year-old. He was a very talented footballer, okay? Whenever he used to have a match or a competition, the Israeli forces, they used to cancel his matches, okay? And he ended up dying, okay? The Israeli forces killed him. This guy could have been like, your next Ronaldo, your next Pele, Mbappe, They killed a dream. Again, we must empathize. So what can we do to help the people in Palestine? First of all, we should raise awareness. We should get onto our phones, post on our social medias, use hashtags like Free Palestine, okay? We can also donate to any charity.
Experience the death of their fathers, to have to accept the life they live as it is. We are here for our voices to be heard. Free Palestine.
Palestine! Palestine! Palestine!
Palestine!
Taking advantage of it by disrupting the people of Gaza. But Palestinians, having lost their children, loved ones at home, are not, and not to mention the fact that they are deprived of basic human rights and are severely discriminated in the so-called state of Israel. But apparently, they don't even have the right to defend themselves. Now, I do not mean this in any offense, but God forbid, if you were to lose your child, your mother or father, can you conceive the pain of such a loss? Imagine the Palestinians who have lost their entire family. Finally, I would like to sincerely express my gratitude to the Irish government for their efforts in regard to supporting the people of Palestine recently and in previous years. Especially as many Arab, wealthy, yet silent Arab nations have been sleeping through the pain of the Palestinian people. Inshallah, together we will make a difference.
Inshallah. MashaAllah. نفديك يا أقصى بالروح بالدم. نفديك يا أقصى بالروح بالدم. نفديك يا أقصى بالروح بالدم. نفديك يا أقصى. Mike.
Hello and assalamu alaikum. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for coming and participating in this protest. What's happening in Palestine is absolutely horrific. It's been over 10 days now that we have been witnessing the cruelty that's happening in Palestine. May Allah protect the people of Gaza. Ameen.
Ameen.
These events have been happening over decades, but the truth is finally coming out and the world is waking up to Israel's war crime because of the power of social media. So please keep posting and sharing. You don't need to be an Arab. You don't need to be a Muslim. You don't need to be a Palestinian. You just need to be human to raise your voice. The age in which other kids are afraid of insects, Gaza kids are afraid of airstrikes. The fighting must stop immediately. Even after the ceasefire, the Israeli armed forces attacked the worshippers at Alaska Mosque. Here I would like to say a little prayer for our brothers and sisters in Palestine. O Allah, you are Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rauf. Please help the suffering Ummah around the world. Help the oppressed and destroy the oppressors. End the pain and suffering. Unite the Ummah and forgive us for not doing enough for our brothers and sisters.
Amen.
Also, I would like to use this platform to introduce POC, which is Pakistani Overseas Community. I am the General Secretary of that organization. We have elected bodies in over 80 countries under one umbrella. They are all connected to each country. It's a huge network we have all over the globe. And now we are looking for more young members to join and lead our youth. On this note, I would like to end my speech here and thank you all for joining. Jazakallah khair.
MashaAllah. Palestine! 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 Palestine!
Israel.
Palestine! Palestine!
Boycott!
Israel!
Boycott!
Israel!
Boycott!
Israel!
Boycott!
Israel!
Free!
Palestine!
Free!
Palestine!
It's been going for 73 years with lots of massacres and lots of bloodshed around Palestine. There has been an first intifada in the 80s. Nobody knew about it. The second intifada, it was in the last 90s. In the late 90s, nobody hardly ever heard about it. But thanks to the social media, and thanks for every free person in the whole world, like helping and raising the voice of Palestinians in their struggle. They've been struggling for their own rights, the rights they've been denied by the Israeli country. It's not a country, it's an apartheid state. They are being suppressing the Palestinians, they're taking their own basic rights away from them. They have no right to live, they have no right to do any human basic rights, you know. Jerusalem is not for the Palestinians.
Thank you all for the very kind invitation here today. First of all, I have to say thank you for coming here in such large numbers. When I was contacted to know would I speak here today, I expected, I'm not the size group, but there's a very, very large group here, almost 200 people as I look around. And I know this is one of the many such gatherings in many towns and cities throughout Ireland today, not just throughout Ireland, but throughout Europe and many parts of the world. First of all, I want to say, I do want to thank the international media for highlighting into the living rooms of every house throughout Ireland and across the world the tragedy and the oppression and the bombing and the killing of innocent children, most of all, mothers, women and men in the Gaza Strip and in Palestine over the previous 10 days. It was shocking to see it, and I think the fact that the media have shown it across the world, it has awakened a spirit amongst many countries against oppression. Also, I think people know in Ireland we have particular empathy and understanding because we know through our long history the difficulties these cause. And I do say to you, and this is the hard bit after such violence against you and your families and your people, ultimately there can never be peace while people are killing each other. You cannot have peace, and we must ensure that the Israeli state continues the ceasefire that they did implement during the recent days, and it lasts forever. Because this problem and this issue can never be dealt with while there is violence or while there is a threat of violence. And this must be removed. And what I will say is you're all aware that Ireland is a member of the Security Committee of the United Nations, and during the course of the week our people were in immediate negotiations with people in the Arab world and other states in the lead up to the ceasefire during that period. And we will always play a very constructive role in the Security Council of the United Nations, which we are very lucky to be there at the moment, and I think in a couple of months' time we will even have a more prominent role on that group as well, and we will always do everything we can. What I do have to say, and you know it's not easy, like we're still having difficulties here in this small island, and you were experiencing that too. And the issue of a one-state or two-state solution is an issue that many people have different views on. I think my party has been quite supportive of your point of view, but it's not shared by everybody, and that's an issue that will have to be dealt with ultimately. I do want to say, in relation to practical help that we can give you, because you are so far away, I think you'll all be aware last week we did pledge €1.5 million to yourselves for your humanitarian to be used under that was a decision by our government here locally, not a European or a UN decision. But the money has been challenged through the Relief Works Committee of the UN and also through UNICEF, especially for the children. The funding is going through two specific areas there, especially directed to the children who have suffered so much, and we've all seen it on the television in recent weeks.
That will be great, that will be great. Yeah.
And finally, we have a good track record in this area, because earlier, a couple of months earlier in this year, we also pledged another 6 million for relief and humanitarian aid, not just in Palestine, but in your immediate region out there, because there's other conflicts in some areas out there as well, and that was for the full region. Finally, I do want to say, in the midst of all this, we all know about the COVID situation across the world, and we are committed as a government, and I spoke to the Minister in the Department of Foreign Affairs a couple of hours ago, who said as soon as possible Ireland will be working with other EU nations to ensure that vaccines can come from Europe and from Ireland to the Palestinian nation to help deal with the other crises.
Thank you.
So finally, I want to conclude by saying, on the one hand, it's great that you're all here, but on the other hand, it's so sad that you have to be here. But you must keep the pressure up on states like yourselves.
Can I hold this for a while?
Conflict with another country, they will have to listen to outsiders as well. And we have to convince the people who support people who are oppressing you not to be as supportive as we have seen from some quarters in recent days as well. So all I have to say is thank you for coming. This is one of the many gatherings in Ireland and other countries around the world today. I am pleased, as you are pleased, that there is a ceasefire. It seems to be holding still after a few days, but we need that permanent, because when there is violence or threat of violence, we can never have peace. And ultimately, this will be done by negotiation internationally. And anything Ireland can do in that area, we will help you.
Right, thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Then we will put pressure as much as we can till the last drop of our blood.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Free
Palestine!
Free, free! Free, free!
Palestine!
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 Palestine! Palestine! Palestine! Palestine! Palestine!
Boycott!
Israel!
Boycott!
Israel!
Boycott!
Israel!
Boycott!
Israel!
Boycott!
Israel!
Boycott!
Israel! Palestine! Palestine! Salam.
Thank you, my brothers, my sisters, my children, my friends, and honorable champion. Iman texted me I think for 5 days ago, and she requested me to raise the voice for the Palestinian people. We work together, we contacted our friends, our families, our communities, our media, and alhamdulillah, today we are having such a successful event. For me, very encouraging thing is the way we inherited the importance of Palestinian cause from our parents. I see that our children are also understanding the importance of the Palestinian cause. And inshallah, all these efforts will be continued. until the freedom of the Palestine. Now we have put our demands to the Irish government. So my request to the audience is, when I put a demand, I would like you to endorse. So we'll ask you, do you endorse? You will have to answer as you like. You can endorse it or you can deny it. So our first demand is, pass the occupied territories bill. Do you endorse?
Yes.
Do you endorse?
Yes.
I can't hear you. Do you endorse?
Yes.
Our second demand, terminate the status of the Israeli ambassador.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Do you endorse?
Yes. Yes.
Our third demand to the Irish government, seize any trade with Israel.
Yes.
Do you endorse?
Yes.
Do you endorse?
Yes.
Do you endorse?
Yes.
Our fourth demand, ban the Israeli products and services.
Yes.
Do you endorse?
Yes.
Do you endorse?
Yes.
Our fifth demand is, use the United Nations Security Council seat to enforce the sanctions on Israel. Do you endorse?
Yes.
Do you endorse?
Yes.
Do you endorse?
Yes.
Right, we will pledge with our Palestinian brothers and sisters, our children. Now, are you ready? Please read this. Let us make a pledge. Please read after me. Let us make a pledge.
Make a flag.
We,
We,
the Jewish community,
the community,
will continue our efforts
to
create the awareness
create awareness
about the issue of Palestine
about the issue of Palestine
in our capacity,
in
every form
form
possible, until the freedom of Palestine.
Palestine.
Free.
Palestine.
Free.
Palestine.
Free.
Palestine.
Free.
Palestine.
Thank you.
Thank you.